the great brass cross of Westminster will be placed at the head of the coffin. Passing the King and the Queen Consort, the Queen's children, grandchildren, and off to the left in the corner, the wider royal family, relations of Her Majesty, descendants of King George V. In the faith of Jesus Christ, the Queen ruled as sovereign from the moment she took over from her late father, and particularly when she was consecrated to the role at her coronation in 1953. The vigils will now begin, that will continue until the Queen is taken from here to her state funeral on Monday. The state colour of the Queen's Company, 1st Battalion Grenadier Guards, will be laid at Her Majesty's feet. She became company commander on the 6th of February 1952. Her cipher of E-R-R-E intertwined. The loyalty of the Queen's Company, who brought her here today, carried her on their shoulders. The captain, who, although he commands them in battle, gives way to the sovereign as the company commander. The first watch to be mounted by members of the Honourable Corps of Gentlemen at Arms. And by the Household Cavalry. And at 20-minute intervals throughout the period the Queen is lying in state, a changing of the watch will take place for 24 hours of each of the days. The Honourable Corps of Gentlemen at Arms were founded by King Henry VIII and formed the closest bodyguard to the sovereign in England, Wales and Northern Ireland. And on the outer line, the well-known sight of the Yeomen of the Guard with their halberds inverted, the points aiming at the ground. The Yeomen of the Guard was founded in 1485 by King Henry VII. And these officers will turn their swords and rest upon them. And bow their heads. Black Rod leads the Speaker of the House of Lords, Lord Speaker, with Garter King of Arms, and the Speaker of the House of Commons. Either side of the choir on the steps were representatives and members of the House of Lords and House of Commons, as the Earl Marshal, the Duke of Norfolk, moves forward to the King. Duke of Norfolk, responsible for all elements of state ceremonial, will organise the state funeral for the Queen in due course. And also the Lord Great Chamberlain on the left there, who's just started in this reign. He is Lord Carrington. His father was a cabinet minister under Margaret Thatcher. Elizabeth II is lying in state as the King and Queen Consort take leave of this great Westminster Hall, built in 1097 by King William II, William the Rufus. This great hammer beam roof was put in by King Richard II. The King's sons and their wives, Peter Phillips and the Earl of Snowdon. The Duke of Gloucester, the Duke of Kent and Prince Michael of Kent follow. A deeply moving moment for all members of the royal family, thanking the Archbishop of Canterbury, who read prayers and led the worship. His chaplain to the right holding the Patriarchal Cross of Canterbury, as he thanks the Dean of Westminster also. Princess Royal, who escorted her mother all the way from Balmoral Castle through the Highlands down to Edinburgh, and then in the aircraft that took off from Edinburgh Airport yesterday evening.